do a much forgotten but very valuable farming location. This is over at Arcos Pharma. A lot of people underestimate just how much this place can actually benefit you. You can find damn near anything in this place. It's a little bit of everything. It's not like if you're farming for just steel itself or screws itself, it's not as effective. But if you need a little bit of everything, you know, springs, screws, just whatever, this is a very good place to end up going because it's virtually everywhere you can look. You got oil, springs. I don't really need that stuff. This is also where you farm Formula P, but I already got a ton of that. That's actually a pretty simple place to be. I think the worst thing you're going to be trying to kill over here is possibly the Sultrons, and I think I need to probably the Sultrons and the Sentry bots. Those are probably going to be the two hard things to kill. Maybe, depending on your build. It's not entirely hard for me, but other people just aren't me, so it's going to vary. As you can tell, I can one-shot most of those things. These are actually for one of the Formula P recipes. I just farmed some earlier today, and I was like, you know, I haven't been here in a while, and I don't really understand why. It's just a very beneficial place to be. You can get some oil over here, get some steel, some tin. And if you're one of the membership owners, you can literally pick up anything and everything. Spend like a half hour to an hour in here, and you'll have a pretty darn good farm from there. I think the one thing this place really lacks is maybe acid. There's Wendigo teeth you can farm up that have acid, but aside from that, they don't really have a horrible good amount of acid here. You're mainly going to end up getting a lot of steel, screws, springs, you know, stuff like that. Typical stuff. But it's nice to have kind of the one spot farm. You can get a ton of aid. Let's go ahead and put on, let's take that off. We'll put Pharma on. It's not going to be necessarily the aid that you want or need, but you can always sell it for your caps and stuff like that. Or just don't pick up the stuff you don't need. Me personally, I find it easier if you just pick up everything and sort it out later. You're gonna end up overweight anyways, so, and it's not like this place lacks on scrapping benches. What I can probably do a little bit later, I'm not sure if I'll do it this week. I'm kind of burnt out on farming. But I could, if you guys end up requesting a certain type of farm for a certain material, just drop it in the comment box, let me know. And I'll see what I can do to kind of alleviate some of the issues that you guys have on actual farming. Seems like there's a little bit of lag in here. It might just be a bad server. Yeah, it's like the sound is a bit off. It's not synced correctly. Do I have scrapper on? Yeah. For those who like to skip the heavy weapons just because the sheer weight of it, you're cheating yourself by a lot. Stuff like the Fat Man that you saw me pick up, that's, I believe, like 20 steel right there. Just pick it up and find a spot to scrap. It's not a big deal. If you're farming, you should definitely be expecting to be overweight to some degree. I might scrap some stuff that other people might find valuable, but the truth is I have enough stuff that's valuable. I don't need to hold on to anything and everything, honestly. Back here. Oh, and that's the other thing this place kind of lacks is ballistic fiber. It has a lot of fiber optics, but I haven't really seen too many of the ballistic fibers in this area. But you can really get lost down here and just get everything. If you just dedicate, like, I don't know, if you're somebody with a full-time job or something, take one night and just farm. Farm all that you can, and you'll find out that you're not going to be needing caps nearly as much. You won't be buying stuff nearly as much. You'd have more money left over for buying legendaries that you may want later down the road. Mutation serums and recipes, you know, all that stuff. I noticed, like, what made me really want to make this video is that I pay attention to what people buy off of my vendor, and a lot of what they buy is just stuff that you can farm very, very quickly. So it works in my advantage, but let's make it your advantage as well. I've even heard one guy today on Reddit saying that people actually spend real life currency for certain items in the game. I'm sure they're mainly stuff like legendaries and stuff, but I've actually looked at some of these sites and I cannot believe the prices people are willing to pay for something that's just not good. And if it is good, is it really worth that money? That's what gets me. I think, aside from paying for the game, I think the only thing that I've ever bought was a 1 month membership, and that's just to kind of see what it's like and how I can analyze it, see if I can either recommend it or not, save maybe some people some real life currency as well. To me, $12 is not a huge gamble. But for other people it might be make or break. Just gotta weigh out the pros and the cons. I don't see much of a loss in it. Man, what are they trying to kill? Oh, something on a loop? Good old Bethesda bug. I probably didn't need to pick up that sugar. Get some plastic, some glass. I would like to know what's getting shot at. What's making all that racket? Really? Your aim's that bad that it's taking you like 10 minutes to freaking kill a zombie? Ugh. I only come here every so often. I did end up having more than enough of everything and anything. So none of this is really to gain of my own. But I could see it benefiting everybody else. This is one of my favorite rooms, the cage room. This is where primarily the acid and plastics are. Yeah, why not? Hostile in the zone. Alert level Bravo. The reason why I'm picking up all this stuff is there's really not much to lose for me at this point, because the scrap box, I can have unlimited storage in there, and it doesn't really bug me to actually loot all this stuff, since I can move it when or how I want. Other people might need to be a little bit more selective like I used to be. I would come in here with a specific goal of trying to find something, and I would pick primarily that stuff. Yeah, it's pretty much adjusted. It is just run around and pick everything up. Nothing does a crazy amount of damage. I wish I'd actually see more people in this area, because the event's actually not bad either. You see a lot of Xbox people who are getting a lot of stuff that PlayStation's not, and it's a lot of it's not just from duping, it's just the lack of doing certain events and population and all that stuff. Can always use gunpowder. I just saw a fan. Nope, guess not. These top areas are really where the acid is and stuff like that. There's much better places to farm for acid, honestly. A lot of repeat areas. But if you're gonna farm in this area, you may as well hope for getting something like that. They do have a locked up area that's downstairs. I gotta remember how to get down there. Oh, there we go. But you find these little codes lying around and you plug them into a terminal or something like that and unlocks the spot that otherwise you would not be able to get into. And I hope when this video uploads that it doesn't have this sound delay. Yeah, you can get some veggies down here too if you use herbivore. My personal thoughts is stay away from herbivore and get carnivore, because almost anything you kill is gonna give you some sort of meat, aside from like ghouls and machines. So just a short time we've been in here, we already got Alright, now that everything's dead in this area, we can check. So far we got 30 aluminum, 22 circuits, 34 copper. Yeah. A lot of plastic. A lot of steel. So quite a bit of everything. Of course, this is subject to preference. There are better farm spots than this, but again, like the title says, it's just a forgotten place that nobody really goes to, and it has a little bit of everything. It's not supposed to solve any major things in your life, and it'll be a benefit when it comes to, like, you need to repair something and you can't remember where certain something is. You know, odds are this place has it. marsupial is a bonus if you farm here. I've already been over here, I believe, but I'm gonna scrap and I'm gonna try to find that little downstairs area. Of course, I'm not saying a scrap bench. How do I get down there again? I've only done it like one time. Once or twice, and it's been quite some time, so bear with me on this. It's down here. Just gotta remember how to get down there. Yeah, let's get some glowing meat. Glowing meat gives pretty good food. On my inner flux. I believe it's in one of these habitats has a spot that leads down. I just gotta remember which one it is. I'm not doing a very thorough run. That'll be up to you guys if you want to give it a thorough run and experiment with how much you get. This is also one of those places where server hopping can sometimes refresh it, so you can come down here multiple times. This is actually my second time today. I try to dedicate that one day towards getting materials, and that kind of sets me for the week. I don't think anybody actually enjoys farming, so getting a spot that's fairly okay and not overcrowded, that'll make life a little easier on everybody. Okay, that goes up, so that's not it. That's up. Is it this? For a place that only has a few entrances to the habitats, it can get kind of confusing. That's the mainframe terminal. I know that's not where it needed to be, but that's how you start up the event. Which the event's not live, so we're gonna skip that anyways. That's not the purpose of this video. Alright, here we are. So the door only has one keypad. You wander around and you'll find these little pieces of paper called biome. Oh no, mine expired? No, it's under notes, that's correct. Alright, biome lab A, B, and C. So 97, 09, 30. And on A, it'll tell you what your last code is. Or, no, they already entered the last code. So 97, 09, 30. 97, 09, and 30. No? 97, 09, 30. What am I missing? I wonder if it reset. It may have reset. Oh, okay, never mind. I just put it in wrong. Alright, so here goes the area that you can't get through without the code. I believe it changes every week. I'm not 100% sure. I never actually tested it. Greaser jacket and jeans, I don't care about those. I'm not even 100% sure what's all down here. It's been so long. I use Formula P because if I run into a legendary, it really seems like I have a lot more chance of a 3-star dropping. If I'm right, there should be a spot where you can jump through the ceiling. I don't think this actually does anything. I'm not even gonna read it. If you want to take the time and open up the safe so you get a fair chance of getting one of those treasure maps. I don't particularly care to change my skills every time I see a safe. So I'm just going to keep with what I have on and ignore the safes for now. The funny thing is all this stuff over here that I'm gathering, people really pay to go get them when they can just farm it themselves, unless they're really against trying to farm it themselves. You can actually make a lot of money down here. I'm almost always at max caps. Just today alone, I'm at 23,000 now, so 7,000 more, and I'm at max caps. I shut down my shop because I don't like getting that close, especially when I'm doing a video. But you can tell that I obviously sell a ton of stuff. And it's not necessarily anything that holds a high amount of value. It's just the amount of it that I find. I keep a certain amount for myself, then I'll sell the rest. Let's make sure this isn't the ceiling area. There goes this greaser jacket and jeans again. So we made a loop. Did they patch it up? I couldn't imagine why they would patch it up. Unless I just wasn't supposed to be allowed up there. locked up. Been there. I think maybe they patched it up. I thought it was like right along here. That's blocked. Been there. Been there. I wonder if it just led to one of these spots and originally they had it locked up by accident. Maybe that's what happened. Either way, let's go scrap everything. And then I'll show you guys the secret spot in Cranberry Bog. Where's that scrap bench?
Where are you at on the game?
I'm at Arcos Pharmaceuticals. Whoops. I didn't realize I had somebody right there. So it's Arcos Pharmaceuticals. I'm skipping the event. It's mainly just to farm up a good chunk of just random everything. And once I scrap, I'm gonna head over to one of the abandoned bog town, and there's a nice screw and gear spot that I noticed a lot of people don't seem to know about, so I'm gonna show that one. Alright, so just this area, we got more than enough crap. So let's drop that off. 3-8. How did my health get so far up? There we go. And pop a whiskey. That should get me where I need to be. We'll drop our stuff off. As you can tell, a lot of stuff I don't struggle trying to find. If there's anything in specific, let me know. I'll be happy to show you. Gulpers don't give crap. Alright, next spot we're gonna hit up.
To repair my axe or make a new one,
If it passed your level, let's say it's like 10 levels off, I would just go ahead and build a new one. If you're choosing between legendary type stuff build, I would
Perks are
consider.
too up.
Honestly, if I were to go melee right now, are you a power armor user or are you just regular user? Because if you're just using regular armor, go fist weapons. That one's the cheapest one to go through, and you maximize your damage very quickly. If you're a power armor user, I would probably lean away from the axe and probably go more towards the sledgehammer. Not so much the super sledge, but the sledgehammer itself, because it has a lot of mods and can potentially outdo what you already have. Alright, so the random area that we're going to look for is when you're over by the workshop. You can see the workshop right there. They have this first building with these stairs. Go up the stairs, and there'll be a hole in a wall.
No power armor in trying to get new armor, do bloodied meal.
Yeah, go fist weapons. Especially with, I have a bloodied melee for my main, and he uses a bloody deathclaw gauntlet. And for the queen, I want to say I think I was upwards like 11,000 for damage. Oh, I didn't explain this part. Okay, when you go through the hole in the wall, look in the ceiling, hop up here, and then you'll find a bunch of typewriters and fans. That's where your screws and stuff are going to come from. Which part of the armor do you already have? Do you have just like a couple pieces, or just kind of working on it every so often?
Are you selling it?
Uh, my stuff, the stuff I have on, no. I would have to check my meals to find out if I have any unyielding stuff available. I think primarily the stuff that I have is weapons. This is a good place for concrete as well.
That in the death plotting.
I believe I have another Deathclaw gauntlet that I could possibly sell. Are you on PlayStation?
Yay.
Alright. After this farm run, I'll check to see if I have another Deathclaw gauntlet. I believe I do. I'll just have to double check.
Okay, I'm going to join your game.
Alright. I don't think I have it on this character. Yeah, I don't have it on this character. Which character might have it? For the farming, you can also bounce between different characters to get the farming techniques and everything down and get more of the yields. I think the PlayStation's about ready to get formatted again. Our servers are having issues again. There we go. That's the one I use. For those who are struggling with space on their characters as well, you can consider making multiple mules. This level 96 was my original main, and yeah, I ended up starting over because it was just that much easier to create a new character. His build was way off. I think everybody's first character's pretty much off. Alright, so I'm going to conclude this video. I don't think it's necessary to put in a trade or anything like that on PlayStation or on YouTube. So if you like the video, go ahead and subscribe. Comment on the bottom if there's anything specific you'd like to see. Go ahead and share with your friends and get them kind of up to speed on everything I do. Update the videos on a semi-regular basis as I find okay content to put up. If you do play PlayStation and feel like playing together, go ahead and add RaimBaal and I'll be happy to accept the invite and go ahead and play some games together. Alright, so with that, have a good day.